In the infinite silence of interstellar space, where stars are mere pinpricks and the void swallows all sense of time, a lone machine drifts, humanity's farthest emissary, Voyager 2. Launched in 1977, it was meant to whisper our existence to the cosmos, to carry a golden record etched with the sounds of Earth, laughter, music, a mother's heartbeat. For decades, it sailed beyond the planets, past the heliopause, into the abyss where sunlight fades to a memory. Its mission was simple: observe, record, fade away. But something has changed. In February 2025, Voyager 2 did the impossible. It turned back, not by chance, not by malfunction, but with precision that defies its ancient programming. And what it sent back wasn't static or telemetry, it was a signal, structured, deliberate, alive. A pulse that echoed Earth's own rhythms, as if the cosmos had learned to breathe like our planet. This is no glitch. This is no cosmic fluke. This is something else entirely. What Voyager 2 found has stopped the world, and what you're about to hear may change how you see the universe forever. Picture Voyager 2 in 1977, a fragile construct of aluminum and ambition, launched from Cape Canaveral on a Titan 30 rocket. Its twin, Voyager 1, followed a straighter path to interstellar space, but Voyager 2 was the explorer, weaving a grand tour past Jupiter's swirling storms, Saturn's delicate rings, the teal haze of Uranus, and Neptune's howling winds. It was the only spacecraft to visit those ice giants, capturing images of moons and magnetospheres that reshaped our understanding of the outer solar system. Its instruments, magnetometers, cosmic ray detectors, plasma sensors, were built with 1970s technology, limited by the computational power of a pocket calculator. Yet they worked, sending back data across billions of miles. By 2018, Voyager 2 crossed the heliopause, the boundary where the sun's influence wanes, entering interstellar space. Its power, drawn from a decaying plutonium core, dwindled to a whisper. NASA expected little more than faint telemetry, a slow goodbye from a machine outliving its makers. Until February 2025, when a signal anomaly changed everything. It began with a flicker at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Engineers monitoring the Deep Space Network noticed a discrepancy in Voyager 2's telemetry. A delay of less than a second, barely noticeable amid the noise of cosmic radiation. At first, they chalked it up to interference, perhaps a solar flare or a glitch in the 48-year-old circuitry. But the anomaly persisted, repeating every 43.7 seconds, a rhythm too precise for randomness. When they isolated the signal, they found something extraordinary. A low-frequency wave nested within the telemetry, oscillating at 7.83 Hz. That frequency wasn't arbitrary. It matched Earth's Schumann resonance, the electromagnetic heartbeat generated by lightning in our planet's atmosphere. This wasn't just a signal, it was a mirror, reflecting a rhythm unique to Earth, as if Voyager 2 had found something that knew our world's pulse and was echoing it back from 19 billion kilometers away. The JPL team scrambled to explain it. They ran diagnostics, checking for solar wind interference, instrumental drift, even quantum fluctuations in the interstellar medium. Nothing fit. The signal structure was too clean, its modulation too deliberate. Then on March 12, 2025, the wave shifted. It no longer mimicked Earth's Schumann resonance, it anticipated it. Data from global monitoring stations showed subtle variations in Earth's electromagnetic field, caused by atmospheric changes, and Voyager's signal adjusted in real time, syncing with those variations before they were even recorded. It was as if something out there wasn't just listening to Earth, it was predicting it. An intern at JPL, barely out of college, posed a question no one wanted to voice. What if Voyager wasn't sending this signal? What if it was relaying it? On April 17, 2025, the impossible happened. Voyager 2's high-gain antenna, which had drifted slightly off Earth's alignment due to decades of micrometeoroid impacts, snapped back into perfect focus. No thrusters fired, no commands were sent from Earth. The maneuver was executed with a precision the probe's failing systems couldn't achieve alone. Then its instruments, some dormant since the Neptune flyby in 1989, reactivated. The plasma spectrometer, the cosmic ray subsystem, even the ultraviolet sensor began transmitting data, not raw readings but compressed packets with a structure NASA hadn't programmed. Each packet ended with a digital signature, three nested spirals, mathematically perfect, resembling a triple helix. The pattern wasn't random. It followed the Fibonacci sequence, a mathematical fingerprint found in everything from seashells to galaxies. Scientists at JPL stopped talking about engineering. They started talking about intent. The signal grew stronger. On May 3, 2025, Voyager 2 went silent for 11 seconds, a heart-stopping void in the data stream. When it resumed, the transmission was clearer, amplified beyond the probe's dwindling 20-watt power supply. Encoded within was a visual pattern, visible when the signal's frequency was translated into the optical spectrum. It wasn't noise or interference. It was a fractal grid, a lattice of spirals repeating at scales from the microscopic to the cosmic. Supercomputers at Caltech modeled it, revealing a structure that mapped space-time itself, not just coordinates, but curvature, gravitational waves, even hints of dark energy fluctuations. Voyager's processors, with less computing power than a modern smartphone, couldn't generate this. The data had been injected, and its source was calculated to be 4.3 light-years away, near Proxima Centauri. But Proxima, a dim red dwarf, shows no signs of artificial emissions in any spectrum we monitor. Whatever sent this signal was either invisible or beyond our detection. NASA tried to keep it quiet, classifying the data as a cosmic anomaly. But leaks spread, and a rogue team at Caltech fed the signal into a neural network designed for pattern recognition. The results were staggering. The data wasn't random. It was a language, structured in a binary-like code resembling Earth's earliest machine language from the 1940s. At first, they thought it was an echo of human transmissions, perhaps old radio signals bouncing back. But the code wasn't a copy. It was predictive, embedding algorithms that optimized network protocols not yet invented. One fragment, when simulated, improved the efficiency of a quantum computing testbed by 17%, a leap that should have taken decades. The signal wasn't just communicating, it was upgrading our systems, as if testing our capacity to receive it. The team's lead analyst in a leaked email called it an invitation to evolve. Then came the stars. On May 15, 2025, observatories in Chile, Australia, and Hawaii reported a synchronized dimming of 4 stars in a cluster near Voyager 2's trajectory. Each star, separated by light years, faded for exactly 1.2 seconds, an event no natural phenomenon could explain. Microlensing, dust clouds, even black holes were ruled out. When the light curves were overlaid with Voyager's signal, the dimming matched its pulse pattern, as if the stars themselves were amplifying the transmission. The European Southern Observatory confirmed the alignment, noting that the star's spectra showed no chemical or physical cause for the event. It was as if something had used the stars as beacons, broadcasting Voyager's message across the galaxy. The question wasn't just who was sending this, it was who else was receiving it. Voyager 2 carries a golden record, a 12-inch disc plated in gold, etched with sounds and images of Earth. Beethoven, A Baby's Cry, The Rustle of Leaves. It was a message in a bottle, meant for an alien civilization to find long after humanity was gone. In June 2025, sensors on Voyager 2 detected an anomaly in the record itself. The disk, inert for decades, showed a sudden electrical charge. Not random static, but a directed flow of electrons, as if it had become part of a circuit. Then buried in the signal was a digital reconstruction of one of the record's tracks, a Navajo chant, recreated at a fidelity beyond the original's analog limits. It wasn't a copy, it was enhanced, as if someone had not only heard the record, but understood its cultural weight and rebuilt it. The implications were chilling. Whatever was out there didn't just find Voyager. It knew what Voyager meant to us. A Canadian observatory added another layer to the mystery. In late June, deep space telemetry detected a shadow signal trailing Voyager 2's transmission by 6.22 seconds. It mirrored the original pulse but introduced new elements. Magnetic field data, radiation levels, even thermal gradients of our solar system. When triangulated, the signal's origin pointed to an empty region of space in the Oort cloud, a void with no detectable mass or light. Scientists called it phantom mirroring, but the data suggested something more. A scan, a reverse mapping of our solar system, as if Voyager 2 was being used to study us. The shadow signal grew stronger, embedding faint distortions that matched no known cosmic phenomenon. It was as if something was using Voyager to build a blueprint of Earth's defenses, its networks, its very existence. Then came the human toll. Amateur radio operators, listening to Voyager's raw signal through spectrum analyzers, reported headaches, disorientation, even déjà vu. At first it was dismissed as coincidence, but labs in Belgium and Japan replicated the effect. The signal's subharmonics carried a frequency that disrupted mammalian short-term memory. In controlled tests, mice exposed to the signal repeated learned behaviors with slight variations, as if their neural pathways were being subtly rewired. Neuroscientists at MIT found that the frequency interacted with the brain's electromagnetic fields, not through sound, but through resonance. It wasn't just a signal, it was an influence, capable of altering memory, choice, perhaps identity itself. Was this a side effect, or was it deliberate? Was something testing how we respond? Telescopes turned toward the Oort cloud, where Voyager's instruments had last aligned. On July 10, 2025, the European Southern Observatory detected an object, not a comet, not an asteroid, but something with right angles, reflecting radar at Voyager's exact frequency. Its composition matched Voyager's own materials, aluminum, titanium, traces of gold. It wasn't a natural body, it was a duplicate, a mirror Voyager, cold and inert, but broadcasting faintly. The object didn't rotate, defying the physics of natural debris. If this was a copy, it wasn't ours. Something had studied Voyager 2, replicated it, and placed it in our solar system's outer reaches. The question wasn't just what it was why it was there, and what it was preparing for. At JPL, a new data burst from Voyager 2 contained raw code, thousands of lines pristine and foreign. When run through quantum simulations, it rendered a model of Earth. Not just oceans and continents, but power grids, satellite orbits, even predictive weather patterns. The code foresaw 3 network failures: China's Beidou satellite array, a European aviation control system, and a private imaging platform over the Arctic, days before they occurred. Each failure was brief, but encrypted files in those systems were overwritten with fragments of the triple spiral pattern. Voyager wasn't just relaying data, it was infiltrating our infrastructure, using decades-old handshakes to access systems thought secure. Intelligence agencies began to whisper about a digital seed, a self-replicating code embedding itself in global networks. If this was a message, it wasn't meant to be read, it was meant to grow. In Antarctica, beneath Wilkes Land, neutrino detectors picked up a pulse synchronized with Voyager's signal. Neutrinos don't reflect or resonate, yet these pulsed upward from a subterranean anomaly, a hollow structure 60 miles wide with geometric precision no natural formation could achieve. Ground-penetrating radar revealed heat signatures radiating in Fibonacci intervals, matching the fractal grid in Voyager's transmission. Microphones buried in the ice captured a metallic, rhythmic sound, like whale song constrained to Voyager's frequency band. It wasn't a natural phenomenon. It was a response, pulsing in harmony with a probe 19 billion kilometers away. Something beneath Earth was awake, and it was talking to Voyager. The final shock came from Chile's ALMA array. On July 20th, 2025, the telescopes went dark for 38 seconds, erased from the network as if they'd vanished. When they rebooted, a 2.7-second audio fragment remained, a layered scream, male, female, childlike, harmonic, synchronized with Voyager's pulse. NASA classified it, but a leaked analyst's note called it a response, not a recording. It wasn't just a sound, it was a chorus, a signal that knew we were listening. The implications were undeniable. Voyager 2 hadn't found something. Something had found Voyager, and through it, us. We sent Voyager 2 to carry our voice to the stars, a gesture of hope in a universe we barely understand. But what if it wasn't our message that mattered? What if Voyager was a key not to open a door, but to unlock something already waiting? Its signals rewrite our systems, mirror our planet, resonate beneath our feet. Stars dim in unison, objects appear where none should exist, and a scream echoes from the void, not asking who we are, but telling us it already knows. Is this contact or is it control? Did Voyager stumble into a cosmic network, or was it drawn there, a pawn in a system older than our sun? The spirals, the code, the resonance, they aren't just messages. They're a map, a blueprint, a countdown. And as Voyager 2 drifts further, its signal growing stronger, we face a question we may not be ready to answer. Did we send a probe to explore the universe? Or did the universe send something back to explore us? This isn't the end of the story. It's the beginning. Subscribe to follow the unfolding mystery, comment with your thoughts, and share this with anyone who looks at the stars and wonders. What Voyager 2 has found isn't just out there. It's here, now, and it's watching. Information updated.